See if this works. Possibly. Still frozen. It's not frozen. Alright, thank you very much for fucking with my analytics. I hate this time of year with the heat of a million burning suns. Do I have audio? There we go. William, glad you made it over. Oh my god, that was dumb as hell. That's it just my luck this time of year. I'm not surprised. I apologize. This is just the stuff I've got to put up with. Okay. I pardon any lag, just a second here. Maybe I can put this information out for people since they don't get notifications when I go live. Oh, good. I'm glad it's working now. Okay, that's better. There we go. I'm live. Oh, good. Everybody's making it. Oh my God. So what's up again to William and Kira, Dandy, Patrick? Oh my God. This fucking you met sun and a water sign. What were we just talking about? Okay, it's everything's mostly back. Good. Okay. Tweeting it and great. I guess this old Pixel 3 is kind of fast. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's nothing I haven't done before. It's not like I haven't. Yeah, thank you, Dandy. It was. That was the intermission. Technical difficulties. This son of a bitch. Like, I've never plugged this thing in before. You know what? It could have been as simple as, and I know this does not make any logical sense, but I didn't have it. I usually have it plugged in down here at the bottom, and then I'll plug it in on the side when I see the battery gets low. This time I did not have it plugged in at either way. So you saw me plug it into the at the bottom, and then so it was literally John Rogers. Thank you, you guys made it. Danny made it. No Swanee dancing though. Yeah. No, unfortunately not. It would be rather creepy if he made a dancing video just for me to play for other people. It's like, oh, here's Swanee dancing on my phone. I'm sorry, you guys. If I have to watch it, you have to. It would happen like how Tumblr is. If I have to see it, you have to see it. So if he sent it to me, I would make you guys watch it. I didn't make it any darker in here, but I feel like it got darker. Um, Now I don't know if it's just my computer or it's a technology. You gotta love it. Gotta love YouTube. And then I had to real quick. I noticed the second stream didn't do this, but I got rid of the heart emoji for here, so we don't have to have that sitting on the screen. And then it never wants to remember the thumbnail I want to use, and then it always wants to put me down as entertainment instead of people and blogs. So I don't think I am an in entertainment, but I don't know if this is quite entertaining enough to be considered entertainment. So I'm just people and blogs for now. Kara saying someone should transpose Swan dancing in front of Suburbia Bank. Yeah. Who was the guy? He goes around painting, like he'll set up his easel and his paints in front of banks, and he'll paint them as if they were in a blaze of fire. So like flames shooting from the roof, coming out all the windows, smoke billowing, and like that's what he does. Like, and it's just banks burning down, which is glorious. Like that guy, like he can paint a burning bank with a dancing Swanee in front of it. William was highly entertained. Fantastic. I am on my way. I love that no matter what I do, I think every channel is like this. Like maybe bigger channels have this happen on a bigger scale, but I've noticed this with my channel. Almost every single upload, like it doesn't matter if it's a video or if it's a live stream. But no matter what I do, like I'll get more subscribers, but then a video will come out and somebody unsubscribes. It always happens no matter what. If I'm gonna lose a subscriber, it's after I drop a video or do a live stream. And like I kind of been over that. I sort of understand why, but I wonder if that happens for bigger channels. Like if you have like 1 million subscribers and drop a video, do like 10 people unsubscribe? Do 20 people unsubscribe? Ew, content. I didn't sign up for this. Unsubscribe. William, it reminds me of someone hollering, "Are you not entertained?" Yeah, now I just need to go beat up some inbred scrawny king to do my Gladiator impression. I've got to watch Gladiator again. It's been a long time. Um, that's another movie. Same with Hannibal, where it was too damn dark. Um, but it is like I'm not the biggest Russell Crowe fan, but he is a good actor. He's very good in it. I've liked Joaquin Phoenix for a hot minute. I've liked him ever since Quills, which came out in 2000. So he can't act. I do like him. He's an odd fellow, Scorpio. And I did see Joker in theaters. That was right. That was like the week after New Year's that year. Yeah, and then afterwards I went to get some Dr. Pepper because like I'm so mad they don't have Dr. Pepper in theaters. I want Dr. Pepper with my popcorn, not root beer, not Pepsi, not Coke. I'll get a root beer is what I did, but I want a Dr. Pepper. It is good, and then it's well, we won't get into any people if they're gonna like remake it, redoing any kind of you really can't. Those actors are not. Russell Crowe's put on some weight since then. You would have to do like he's the retired oh I was a gladiator like you until I took a arrow to the knee and oh wait no first they killed my wife and my son and then they yeah let's no spoilers for no spoilers for a movie that came out 24 years ago. I honestly I don't remember it that well. I've seen it maybe a handful of times in my whole life. I'm not the expert on Gladiator. It is. You do have to watch Gladiator though, because it is popular just for the memes. Yeah, smuggle it in with the candy from Walgreens. That's what I do. Yeah, I was. I mean, I have when I went to see the second Pirates of the Caribbean. I brought my traveler of when they had Captain Morgan 70 proof because that's all they had back then in the plastic bottle. So I snuck that in. I was like, dude, I had a ride to and from there. I wasn't like drunk driving home from the theater, so don't think that. Um, but yeah, I had to drink, and then if you know that movie at the end, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I've got this. So glug glug glug. And I was in like I don't know how old I was. I was old enough to drink. It was fine. Patrick, think you'd like the Lady Killers? Healing comedy from the 50s. Now, if I did see there was a remake back in I don't know when, and I believe it had Tom Hanks in it, so I wouldn't go back and rewatch it, but it was good. It was like this old lady and people are trying to kill her for her money, and then she's just inadvertently outsmarts these smart guys. If that's what I'm thinking of. I'd like to see the original. Like if I always watch the original of any media. I say that, and I didn't watch the original, Mummy from 1930. 32, 33 until after I'd seen the one from 1999. But go back and watch the OG. It is of its time, and it is still very good. Boris Karloff. A Star is Born. I know there's at least four of them. I've seen two. I've seen the original from the 30s. I have, of course, I've got the Judy Garland, but I haven't seen the one from the 70s. I haven't seen the one with Lady Gaga. And I kind of, as much as a fan of hers as I was, I like now if I did watch A Star is Born from the 70s, I would watch the last one too, just to be um thorough. Carrie, you might have to reload since more people have joined since then. It might be showing um old numbers. It might just be a little bit slow updating. Patrick, it's a classic. You can get it on YouTube. Yes, if it's on YouTube, I'm there. They've got all kinds of old black and white movies, silent films. But I'll tell you, I know that song from the Gaga, The Star is Born, uh, Shallow. I never liked that song. I don't know what she's saying in it. And she sings like too loud now, and then you can't understand the words she's saying. And I'm not going to look up the lyrics because I do not care. And don't get me started about I'll get around to talking about that Joanne album that came out in 2016. That will be in the chat room stories. Suffice it to say, was not on board with that. I just was not happy with anything she was doing. But that happened. And then about a year later, this was in February. I want to say this came out February 19, the year it came out, but a channel called Nerdist or The Nerdist, I'm not sure. They dropped a song called Kylo. And so this is, a Star Wars parody. I believe this was after the Last Jedi had come out, but not The Rise of Skywalker. So in that time, and nobody likes The Last Jedi. There's no reason to. There are good parts to it, but on the whole, no. Kylo, the song, I love it. I did nothing that day. I found that song 3 days after it came out, and all I did that day was play that song over and over again until I memorized it. I still know it now. I love that song to death. Great song. Fun. It's a parody. Of course it's funny. They do a great job. Great casting of the girl. They found a girl who looks like Rey and also looks like Lady Gaga. If you can't imagine it, go look at this chick. She's pretty. It's so good. It's so funny. I love it so much. And then after the fact, I'm thinking, if I had to put up with that Joanne album just to get and have that A Star is Born come out just to get this one parody song, it's worth it. It's that good. But Dandy, I'm not a fan, not big on Lady Gaga, but that movie was really good. Oh, okay, yeah. There is I have heard some of the songs from it in people do compilations of like Gaga songs and we'll get to a song I don't know. And I'm like, oh, this is probably like Joanne or from the movie. So there are things that I like, but then I did listen to a song from the soundtrack and it was horrible. So like maybe I'm just picking it apart. I just need to watch it, but I do have to watch the Barbara Streisand one first just to be thorough. Not saying I don't I can take her leave her. I don't dislike her. I'm not a huge Babs fan. I like Memory when she sang it. I have not seen a lot of her films. I liked when she was on the Judy Garland show. That's a great episode. Ethel Merman was in the crowd. Yeah, no, smash the like button again if you would be so kind, since what this is just gonna do, it's just everybody found the show. That's great. It's just for you guys. So I don't want you guys to stress out at all. It was just literally technical difficulties, but it's going to fuck with my analytics. So it's not going to destroy anything. The channel's still going to be around, but just that fact, and I know this happened because of this time of year. So fucking hell, it's okay. We'll get through it. We're together. We can do anything. Yeah, it's creepy when like sometimes I'll click on the video and it's like zero watching. I'm like, I don't count. Oh, it didn't count me yet. Okay, goodness. Yeah, so if you and like the first A Star is Born, that is on YouTube. You can watch it right now. It is good. But of course, it's not going to be like the one from the 50s, and I'm sure it's not like the other two. So they seem to like follow the same story beats of like what happens, but they make it of its time, and I do like that. Gen X 72 Leo, awesome. Leos are fun. We're almost into Leo. They are they're just fun people. I that is one sign that I can at least with a couple of folks that I know, I was able to just through conversations with these people and how they act, I was able to figure out that they were Leos. So I'm like, yay, my astrology muscle still works. But there is also a look about them. The two guys I'm thinking of, like one's blonde haired, one's dark hair, but there is something about Leo I look for. It's right under the eyes. It's like this upside down triangle of skin. It's just this one area. I don't quite know how to explain it, but if I see a face like that, along with all the other things, like I'll know I'm looking at a Leo, and I just um it's very hard to explain when you can see the astrology in somebody's face. If I get a good example of it, I tell you. Um, I'm reluctant to use my own face because I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't like. I've got an oval face, which is very Capricorn. That's why I have all right cheekbones. But I couldn't say like because I want to know what part of my face is like my Scorpio moon. I want to know what part of my face is my Virgo ascendant. I want to know why I look this way. I want to know like I want astrology to explain this to me. Like tell me why. Why did it turn out like this? Oh, William said I didn't pick it. Yeah, I didn't pick my sign either. Well, Frank let you drop your link after the show. Zoso did a few times. I'm not sure. Like, cause I can drop links in the chat room. I now if I was planning on going live directly after Frankincense, something like that. I'm not sure. I would have to go on the vibe I was feeling at the time. I'm sure I could. I think it's a like I honestly think it's too much when people are like, what's your page?" And I'm like, just literally look up Nikki M. Carlin. But I know I understand that's too much to do. Like typing on the keys is just too much. We just want to tap buttons. I'm the same way. I'm not judging. So like I will drop the link to my page. But like even then I feel like I'm doing too much and I feel so bad. So I'm like, yeah, I'll make sure to like Frank's stream, and I'm dropping the link for his subscribe star, like smash the like button, comment on the show after it's over, that kind of a thing. Like, I don't want to have to get a DM from him, like, hey, stop doing that. I'm like, son of a, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So I'm avoiding that. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want him to think I'm using his channel to get big. This channel's never gonna be as big as, quite frankly. Oh, what's up, Wally? How's it going? Yeah, watch part one, part two, you can skip. Oh, Kara saying that's interesting. I barely know anything about astrology, just the basics. Yeah, I started with the basics and just started reading up a little bit more. Dandy, like crazy eyes, I can spot those instantly. Yeah. Oh, Patrick, my mom was a Leo. My mom was a Leo. Very tenacious when defending her kid. Yeah, you do not want to cross a Leo when it comes to their family. They were, William, yeah, as nice as it can be. Yeah, like they're nice folks, easy to get along with, friendly people, but there's like just certain things you do not want to cross them on. It is a fixed sign, so they will get stubborn on you. Mars and Mercury were in there with the sun too. Wow, okay. Mercury and fire and Mars and fire. Because Mercury is how you communicate, and then Mars is how you fight. Do I have an app called Stellarium? I do not. Does it show like where the planets are, or is it like astrology based? Yeah, Wally, say what's up to Arden if she's there with you. Stellarium. Hmm. Stellarium sounds like a drug people are taking in like Andromeda, or like people who live on another planet, or like Europa, or like a Cowboy Bebop. If people are getting high in that universe, they're doing some stellarium. I'm sure it's out of this world. I'm just looking up that. I'm just looking up that word, see if it brings up the app. Astronomy software. It shows exactly what you see when you look up at the stars. It's easy to use. Oh, that sounds fun. Let's see here. Shows planets and stars in live time. Wow. I might have to zoom in on planets and satellites. Oh my god, it'll feel like I'm Gray playing Universe Sandbox. I'm gonna have to take a look at this when I'm not live. This looks so cool. Just, they show you the examples of what the app looks like. That is awesome. There's Saturn. That's my planet. Yeah, thanks for that, Kara. It's all the phone will remember for me. I'm gonna check that out. So you can put your location and find things in the night sky. William, my enemies pick themselves and I have to deal with it accordingly. Yeah, it's cause you know me, I'm pretty chill, easygoing. Yeah, Kara, that looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to play with that. I don't think I go around pissing people off. I mean, I can just generally have people dislike me as a default setting, but I don't go around like, you're a dick, fuck you, I like your hat, no, I don't like that shirt, I just don't like your face. Like I'm not an asshole like that. I might think those things. I don't say those things. But and this will come up in chat room stories, just being myself, doing my thing. You're doing something right when you get haters. And I had a bunch of haters come out of the woodwork, so I must be doing something right. So it's just, a few people. And it's never one person. People always want to gang up on me like I'm so big and bad and scary. They need a team of motherfuckers to come at me. That's a recurring thing. But you can't let it. You have to be the bigger man, and that's how I got through it. It's just these people who are chronologically older than me behaving like children, and then one guy's friend with another guy who I know to be a pedophile, and birds of a feather flock together. But I have not heard from any of those folks in years. One of them came around in the chat room, like maybe once a year they'll come around, and they always have a different screen name, but they type exactly the same. So I know who it is. And yeah, I just wish all of the karma in the world on them. And never, you don't want to cross me, period. But if you really want to get on my bad side with no quarter, is don't fuck with any of my friends. If you go after any of my friends, all bets are off. It's straight up Scorpio moon, and um, I will not tolerate it. I'm not going to physically touch you, but I can end your life from where I'm sitting in Minecraft. And it's I've done it before. I'll do it again. I know Patrick, like he's saying how could anyone hate you, Nikki? You're so nice to everyone in chat. I know, I know. Wally says, Nikki, you're a typing detective. I really am. I should have gotten into because I have that turn of mind. I think that's why I like the Zells so much. They're just basically detectives. And like those kind of shows I have watched before. I like that kind of stuff because they do have that kind of turn of mind where it is my nature to just sit back and observe everything. And see everywhere everybody's coming from, and then I know what angle to go in with. William, the wrenches come with authority and work. You would think so. A lot of people just wear it like, oh my God, like it's a badge. Like, oh my God, look, I got the badge. Look at me, I got it. And that's all they do with it. They don't respect it. They don't realize it comes with responsibility. They just like that they show up with their handle when it's blue. There are certain people in like on all of the platforms, but I'm mostly on YouTube, so I'll say YouTube, who like they just have that, different color name or that icon after their handle. That's it. I've never seen them. I'll have to come in and like time out somebody for spamming, or I'll have to come in and like get the guy who's posting links, or I'll have to. It's always me having to do the job. Like, you're right here. You don't see this shit, bitch. Like, it could be a guy too. It's not always girls. Bitch in general. If you're a guy and you're not doing your job, you're a bitch. I'll take that penis from you. Just add it onto my collection and just slap you with my 3-foot long dick. Carrot, yeah, demon possessed haters get triggered by your light. That's true, because one day I tried this. Tried reading those prayers, and like you start saying it, and like the noise kicks up. I'm like, I know you're from hell. I know you're a demon. I know you're the devil. Because if I start saying godly words and you start getting agitated, I know what that's doing. Yeah. And Wally, you're a great chat hostess. Thank you. Dandy, I'm pretty good at being a detective too. Yeah, yeah. I mean, anybody can do it. And I don't, it's go ahead and think I'm suspicious. I don't know. It just that's how I do. I don't have that big out there look at me personality, center of attention. Me. Look at me. Talk about me. What do you think of me? I've never been that type of person. I very much I like to be behind the scenes, let somebody else be in the spotlight because I can do more. I always end up having to do things that I can't talk about, just a lot of stuff that is not seen that has to get done. So I don't have stories about that to tell, and it makes me come off kind of boring. But I do prefer like let me do what I need to do behind the scenes to make you look good. But then the way life always plays out is that I'm always thrust in front of the camera. This has been going on for this hasn't come up before, but I have done some like low budget, no budget filmmaking, like learn a script, get on camera, somebody edits it, puts it together as a movie. I have done that in the past. Didn't want to. I wanted to film. I wanted to be behind the camera. I'm a great photographer. Video, stills, whatever. But they needed a girl, and I was a girl, so always have been. So there I was. Danny, don't kick me out of chat, bro. It's just a prank, bro. Wally, yeah, just welcoming everybody. Kara's saying there's a downside to being a moderator too. Sometimes you get so busy with trolls you miss the show. It honestly, it depends. It only if it's so much that like if it's a few people coming in, hitting you with like the links and all that stuff. Like, it's been years since I've had to like lose chunks of time watching the show. to deal with moderation in the chat room. It can happen, but when that starts to happen, because I will, like some people, I will like to cut them some slack. Maybe they just haven't picked up on the vibe of the room yet. Some people are a little bit slow, but they get it. They could be one of those. So you cut them some slack. And then if you have to, you give them a timeout. And like if they come back in, that's a big tell about their personality. Some people just never come back. It is what it is. Some people come back in, they realize they were not reading the room and they get with it. Some people, continue to troll. I was timed out. Why? Who did that? What did I do? Okay, here's a good question to ask. If you don't owe them anything, you don't owe them your time because that's part of their thing. But if somebody asks why did I get timed out? Always ask them, what's the last thing you said? You're gonna hear this every time. Oh well, I said, well, I don't know. I was just agreeing with, so and so was saying this, so I was. They never tell you what they said. I remember they don't repeat it back. So you're either lying, which I don't deal with liars. I was around too many liars growing up. I cannot stand that. So either you're just straight up lying, or you do remember and you just want to get me to continue to talk to you. That's not why I'm here. We're here to have a good time. You're the only person here not having a good time, and I don't know, like saying Hitler was right or something bad that you can't say on YouTube. So it honestly depends. Some people they just get a timeout, they're fine. Some people are really acting up too badly that you don't want to have to deal with them again in 5 minutes. So they know what they're doing, so they just get blocked out forever. And again, everybody's different. It's not just like, oh, if you say this word, you're gonna get a timeout. I take everything into context. Carrie, yeah, I just can't get with the pick me girls mods because that's what a lot of the girls do. They like they got the different colored handle or the emoji after their handle, and they just like show it off, like, oh my god, like look what my boyfriend got me, this and that, and they do nothing with it. And then you go into those chat rooms and they're a hot mess. It's like, well, what are the moderators doing? Nothing, kicking it, or well, you got brutal fast. I do get brutal fast. I've just got there's no in between. It's either peace and love or murder. Oh, Kara, yeah, I didn't mean that kind of light. I meant more of like wit, moral compass light. Yeah, yeah. It's clearly not a popular type of person in real life, so the things I say are kind of gonna go against the grain. And that's I'm at an age where I don't care anymore. You can, if you get mad at something, that's entirely your fault. And getting mad about a situation is not going to change the situation at all. It's just going to make you feel worse. So if you're getting at anybody, if you get triggered by stuff online, probably not old enough to be there. I don't care what year you were born. If you're getting triggered by things people say online, then you're not. When you start taking it too seriously, that's when you failed. And that's true with everything. Everybody's so serious all the time. You got to take me serious, and this has to be done by this, and this has to be this way. And it's like, who said? Who gave you the authority over me to tell me that? Who are you? Like, what are you that you think you have authority over me? If you have physical form, you don't have authority over me. Kara, Nikki's a great mod. Thank you. William, yeah, liars don't remember their lies, yeah. It'll be like, well, that isn't how you said it last time. Yeah, they never remember what they say, or they like, if they do, they will. In all the years I've been a moderator, I've never had one person come back with the exact thing that they did say. Or if they do get a timeout, it might not be the last thing they said. It might be something they said, a couple comments before, and so they get the timeout for that. Well, the last thing I said was this. It's like, Yeah, it was. If you think that's what you got timed out for, you can sit there and cry about it, I guess. But I really don't. If you have to sit there and cry about a timeout on YouTube, then again, you probably should not be on YouTube. You need to go lie down and have your diaper changed. Oh, Patrick, you come up with some killer barbs, Nikki. That's great and funny. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't. I'm not uh funny. I don't like. I'm not a comedian. I could never write jokes. Like I do write, but I think in 18, 20 some odd years, I probably only written maybe like three funny lines. I don't know, but then the thing I'm writing now, there's some stuff that there's not jokes, but they would play out in a funny way. I don't know. I just comedy is the hardest thing you can get into. You're better off writing uh, romance novels or proper novels or uh, I don't know. Like it's comedy is just the hardest thing to get into. I would never apply for a job to be funny, but I sometimes say things or think things and like I'll be driving and just the way I'm like cursing out another driver will hit me funny, so I start laughing. So it's like, well, now they don't think I'm mad, they just think I'm crazy laughing in my car, but I was like, I don't care what they think. Yeah, it's that's the thing that's fun with the chat room too. If something somebody says something and it reminds you of, say, like a line from a movie, you can use that. Nobody's gonna know. Kara saying, I say let the miserable, depressed demons be mad at you. They're just looking for their next victim badge to pin on their chest. Yeah, that's all it is. If you're happy, that's why I mentioned about like keeping my weight down. If you're happy, somebody will is a miserable fuck and wants to bring you down just because their misery loves company. That's all it is. So if you do something good, if you are proud of yourself about something, like say it. You don't have to necessarily like tweet it every single hour, but you say something, put it out there, let people know, and that might again, get somebody else a kick in the pants to get themselves together. And then you will have, again, and then let people hate on the fact that you like, oh, I just bought my first house, or like, fuck your house. Well, it's like, well, fuck you, where do you live? Like, go ahead and let them hate, because then you can just, turn it around. If just take if something, if anything bad happens or just anything at all, like think about the 180 of it. Like with the technical difficulties, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Like it could have been like I wasn't just going to sit there with no camera on. It could have been the power went out and there was no show. So it's a slight bit of panic, a little bit of sweating, but it's okay. Oh, John is saying at least the sex bots haven't shown up in a while. Yeah, that's usually a summer thing. So if it's going to happen, it's going to be around this time of year. It doesn't happen in like the fall, winter, spring. I guess they're out of school, so they don't have anything better to do. William's saying they freak out when you turn them down. That happens in other ways too. We are each our own vessel. That's correct. Oh, Patrick, us Brits love sarcasm and self-deprecation. It's a national pastime. Yeah. Oh, I love the English sarcasm. It's so good. That just the English like British style of comedy. It's not like American, but just the nuance of it, just what they find funny that like it wouldn't fly over here, but it's great there. It's yeah, the sex bot day. There were like because it was like a was sort of like a every summer thing, and then one time it was like popping off, and that's the last time I asked for help. So now I can handle everything in the chat room. Yeah, and it's just it's being in the moment, the chat room. If you have to sit there and think about what to say, you're not doing it right. It should always just be just off the cuff. First thought you have. First funny line, first response. I don't know how else to and there's so much material to work off of with more people talking. So like the more people in like will hear than the quite frankly chat room, the more that's going on there, the more there is to respond to, and that just gets the brain going. And that's the only place I've ever. There's not a place like that in the real world like that. There never has been. There never will be. It's just an online place. Danny said he laughed his ass off. John says, I think Swan brings them in. LOL. Now that can happen when Frank will have a different type of guest on, and then that person's followers come in, and then they start acting up. That's really the only time when you kind of have to be mindful of any like real like trolling, or if there's going to be words said that YouTube doesn't like. But you kind of have to give them some leeway. Like their guests here, let them kind of do their thing a bit, but you're not there to. They're not going to take over. They're not going to. Oh, because we did have a guy on one time, and he was fine, but then all of the people that were followers of his were in the chat room, literally saying Hitler was right, and it was a lot of them saying this, and it's like, geez, so like that's what I learned. Like, don't judge a person by their followers. Like, keep the separate if you have to. It just is what it is. But I'm thinking, why do you have people watching your show that talk like this? And this was a very long time ago, that talk like this in a chat room. What happens? I'm glad I don't go there. And that guy's never been back. Yeah, no self-censoring. No, we had to do that on Ustream with the pseudo swearing. So that's why, no, like say fuck, say cunt, say shit, say uh, uh maybe don't use words with the hard er at the end. But like, yeah, nothing pisses me off more. I will stop reading a comment when I get to either emojis or asterisks. I am done with that comment. I will read the rest of the screen, and then I'll come back to your self-censoring emoji using satanic bullshit. And I don't care. That goes for every single last person. I don't care who it is. Like, I'll be reading a sentence. If I see you can't end a sentence with a period, if you got to do that in between every single sentence, no, I'm going away. That you're wasting space. It makes you seem like you don't know what you're talking about. You don't I would never type in the chat room the way I speak in real life. This is no way to speak in a chat room. It's very jumbly and disoriented. I cannot focus my thoughts in real life. That's why typing works better. Don't type the way you exactly speak. And people seem to do that. And it's like, well, if you can't get your thoughts together to make a sentence that looks like something people want to read, then I don't need to know what the fuck you're saying. So I'm going to read everything else where everybody knows what they're talking about and can form complete sentences without censoring themselves and throwing emojis in after every fucking word. And then I'll come back to your mumbly, jumbly, indecisive ass. Are you sure that's what you wanted to say? You sure you don't want to delete your comment and type it better? Did you read it? Did you read it? Did you just type it? I know you didn't read it. Did you read it? Go ahead and lie to me. I know you didn't read it. It takes all kinds. You can type any way you want in the chat room, but it just nobody is going to read a book written the way some people type. And also, a lot of folks don't realize people are watching on a teeny tiny phone, so you cannot be putting in a bunch of emojis, because then that person loses out and you are being a right cunt and a devil worshiper. William, yeah, I just type what I think at that given moment. Yeah, exactly. Just whatever comes up from what folks are saying, or if you're start your own conversation about something, you don't have to, you can introduce your own topic. I remember when Frank was on Tim Pool, Patrick was saying the first time, we more than stood on our own. Yeah, Tim Pool, oh man, that was so fast. Whew, that was fast. That messed me up because I've been over before. I read the comment and then the screen name, but there I couldn't do that, so I was screwing myself up. But then like a lot of Franklies were there, so that helped out. But it was, you could not read it. It just went by so fast. It was, I don't even think Mahler's chat is that fast, and he'll have like 6,000 people watching his show at once. It just, and emojis too, if you're trying to read, then you got the devil worship symbol there, so that interrupts what you're reading and you have to skip over it, and it causes more eye strain. I'm going to hear that word a lot. Oh, that Tim Pool show. It was good. I'm glad we went. Everybody behaved very well. I was very proud of the Franklies. Kara saying, I'll be careful to not use asterisks. I've developed a habit from other channels trying to stay monetized. Yeah. If it's yeah, I didn't. It's if you apologize in advance if I say fuck, Kara. No, you can say fuck. Um, it's if you have to swear or if things get heated, just use different words. Instead of using like bleeping out your own fucks and shits and things like that, just find a different way to word the sentence to avoid that. It's a difference between watching a video that has somebody swearing and they put the loud bleeping sound in there versus watching a video where the person is not swearing, they're using maybe pseudo swears or saying the sentence differently, so you don't have those beeps in there. um, it's if you do go back and watch older Gray Still Plays videos, he did like swear. He will say fuck in some of those videos and god damn it and son of a bitch, and it's great to hear him swear. But as the years went on, his channel got bigger, he was swearing less and then maybe using pseudo swears, and now it's to the point where he does not swear at all. Instead of using a beep to like bleep yourself out and getting loud in everybody's ear, you have to think about those things. It's like yeah, like we're all self-centered, we're all human, we are all, have that in us to just, focus on what we want to do, what we think is cool. But then we're online, we're on YouTube, we're entertainers, we have to think about people other than ourselves. We have to think about how the person watching, consuming the media, is taking it in. And do you think they want to hear loud beeps while you're talking, or do you think they just want to hear the show? And like, I get everybody does not want to hear swearing. I do swear on this channel, but it's also nowhere near being monetized, so I'm not going to swear more because of it, but I'm not going to completely not swear unless I get to that point. William saying, I guess sometimes I roar first before I walk away. That's all right. John, I think that is why Dilly left taking it back. Adele's people were really awful to him. Ooh, that sucks. Oh, how about that? Mumbly Jumbly, did I spell that correctly? Yeah, Dandy, I believe so. Yeah. Kara, I hate emojis too. Yeah. It's just, what is, the road to hell is paved with, no, not the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Hell is so unattractive, the devil has to do things to make it look attractive to get people sucked in. And emojis are one of those things. What's the emoji for filibuster? What's the emoji for disturbed? What's the emoji for the? Exactly. Kara, Tim doesn't have near the interview skills as Frank. Frank's a very good interviewer. That's why I can't watch other channels, because he's so good at his job. He just knows what to ask. He's a very, as much as he has a fire sign, he is an Aries, but he's extremely intuitive in a way that I forget that he has that power. It's almost disturbing how strong it is. It's not off-putting, like, to be in his presence, but it's an odd feature that he has that I have not come across anybody who is that intuitive, and if they are, I don't know about it. But he does have that skill, and he's just probably has just been around a people around a lot of people, and he likes people. He just wants to know about them, so he knows the right things to ask. And I'm sure over the years he's got a lot of practice asking the right questions, and just sort of gets a vibe from the person he's speaking with and knows what to ask them. Oh, William, I apologize for not using capital letters and periods all the time on my Pixel 3 phone. It's a pain. No, that's okay. Yeah, I do punctuate I do write full sentences. I've always done that. It made me stand out in the first chat room. I know that's not like the way other people do it, but I have to read it back. Papa Groovy, everybody's here. Yeah, just a sun and a water sign stuff, messing with the technology. Gotta love it. Making sure there's no notifications. Patrick saying he's really took off this last year, but I still find him wishy-washy. The where's Frank's fair and grounded. Yeah. And then Kara saying YouTube doesn't like words like sewer slide and grape without the G. People say pow pow, it's nuts. The hoops these criminals have to jump through for super chat. Yeah. One is Kermit sewer slide. I believe that comes from like one of those apps I would never use, like TikTok or one of those where you have to censor all of your words because you're a dumb bitch for using that app in the first place. Yeah, or yeah. There are like ways to like say these things to get around them. That's kind of fun. I'm glad we don't have to pseudo swear, but I do like to do it sometimes just to keep that muscle working. Just because I'm never because like yeah, I could have used clean jokes on my last job, but I don't give a flying fuck what those people thought of me. So anything funny I have to say might have swearing in it. So I'm not gonna clean things up for people like that are just pedophiles who take drugs. Just nothing but needles and perverts. Funding terrorism. And it's a big company with commercials. You probably have them in your wallet. Patrick saying, yeah, he's always thinking about the clicks. Talking about previous folks. Now I'm afraid to take this off of the charger. I'll just leave it on the charger for the. It's like 10 minutes left. We're fine. Oh. Papa Frank's the best in the north, east, and west. Damn straight. Yeah, there's Moon Bunny over the course of hi of course but over the course of the show again 9 years yeah Papa Groovy and the South. I was waiting on that. um Frank has covered this, but this is something you can Google the verb right now. But yeah, emojis are satanic. That's available to look up. The only place like you will see me use emojis only as reactions in Discord, or if I happen to be in Gilded. And that's just because um it kind of depends what they have to say. But sometimes you don't want to like tag somebody LOL when you're in Discord or Gilded, just because it's not that kind of place. It's not the same as a chat room. Like quite frankly, every single website is different. That's what people don't understand. The way you talk on Reddit is not the way you would talk on Tumblr, not the way you would talk on Facebook, not the way you would talk on Twitter, not the way you would talk on YouTube. Every single website is different. Some people are the same everywhere. I guess I kind of like that every place is different. Some people get with that, some people don't. It sort of depends on how much respect you have for the internet. I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, Kara, that is it's like some people will like they're doing like a laughing emoji or something that it's just a yellow eye strain circle. It doesn't matter what it says. It's just in my head when I'm reading a comment. It's like I'm like thinking the words in my head, emoji, then the words that they're saying. So it doesn't even it doesn't matter what the symbol is. It's just it might as well be an upside down cross. And then the eye strain thing. Don't need that. That's why there's no heart emoji. I'm glad nobody used it, but Jim Lee has the heart reaction on his chat room, but nobody touched it. So love them for that. And was there anything you guys had questions about or anything I brought up or didn't bring up that you want to go over in the last little I've got like 8 minutes left. And it does. I'm just assuming if Frank does go live, it will be after this ends, which would be great. I mean, if not, that's okay too. He's spending time with his family, I assume. And then the next week coming up is just looks like a right now. It just looks like a what's this? Oh yeah, okay, no, yeah, yeah. Next week, frankly wise, it's just looking like a regular week. So just a normal Saturday show next week. But then I do need to consider, I need to get like review Cultivate, Elevate, and Yes Cacao sometime between now and the end of the month. So I'll work out a time to go live, or maybe I'll make it part of the stream on the 27th. We'll see. I'll get it worked out. Sometimes these things come together, a half an hour before they happen. So just because I don't know yet doesn't mean I won't know then. Yeah, YouTube is old school, Frank, for me, Dandy. Yeah, me too. This was when Ustream ended, we went over to YouTube. So YouTube is the eldest chat room. So we have seniority over every single other chat room. And then if you don't know, if Frank goes live and he's not on YouTube, go over to Twitch. That is where we will be taking our pants off. But if for any reason Frank goes live and he's not on YouTube or Twitch, then go to Rumble. I would like to work out a different third chat room. I'll be doing that next year. No, Wally, my phone it's honestly, it's as big as my hand. But it's not, it's I don't know what kind of phone this is. A Galaxy, Samsung, something or other. What am I looking for? Samsung Galaxy A32 5G. I forget the specs on it. I had gotten this. I wasn't planning on it, but I got it like middle of January, and then it arrived on my birthday on January 18 in 2022. And then like 11 days later, GamerCat died. So like even now, I still have not got this thing completely set up the way I want. Just there's too much death. So it's as big as my hand. I don't think I really have big hands. I don't have small hands either. I've got a kind of a large. When I worked at Taco Bell, I could hold like 6 or 7 tacos in my hand and put the meat in them, and that was good. Random topic. I moved to a new apartment and had some donations for Goodwill, and the movers accidentally donated most of my clothes. Oh, Moon Bunny, what the fuck? No, that's terrible. Oh, you're just sitting there naked now. It's mostly the round face emojis. I think you're safe with the bunny and the moon. It's a little bit redundant, Moon Bunny. It's almost like your screen name is Moon Bunny, Moon Bunny. Dandy's saying to Moon Bunny, I guess you better go shopping at Goodwill next week. This is mine, god damn it. John Rogers says, I do D Live. Great chat setup. Yeah, I'm going back there next year. Moon Bunny has a birthday coming up. One wonders, Virgo or Libra. Moon Bunny, Leo. Kara saying, I wonder if they'll give me the clothes back since it was a mistake. I'm naked. I need these. Patrick saying, I use Rumble, QFTV, sometimes Pill. Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, not. I'll get. If you know, maybe I don't want to say no to anything now. That's honestly a next year thing. I'll be starting that up, and I'll announce where I'm going to be each week, of course, when it gets closer. But beginning the week of October 14th, which is a Monday, I'll be in a secondary chat room that week, and then the next week, and that will There's so many chat rooms. That's going to take me all the way through November. It may cover all of December. It's going to be a while, and I like that because my eyes are healing enough that I can do that again. If it was up to me, like I said, I would have enough monitors to be in every single chat room at the same time. Well, now I'm craving Taco Bell all of a sudden. Yeah. Though if they still make like the potato soft tacos, those are good. Put some pepper on them and some mild sauce. Papa, I'm a Libra by one day. Which end of the cusp are you on? Are you like with the Virgo side or the Scorpio side? John, I still can't get on Twitch. Damn, you might have to start a new Twitch. I hate to say, I don't know. Maybe we can try to find a way around it. Like the trouble I was having with Rumble and had to crash it got fixed by just doing what I was doing on the tablet on the phone. It sounds dumb, but it worked. Moon Bunny, okay, friends, just know I do not have satanic intentions with my emoji use. I'm bigger than Satan. Damn straight. I don't know how tall Satan is, at least South Park Satan. I don't know that. And I know like God is actually quite short in the South Park universe. I'm so glad you guys followed me over to the third chat this night. That's just gonna I wonder what that's gonna do for just the numbers. It doesn't matter for this. I just wonder, like the way YouTube reads what I do back to me, just to see the way the machine feels about it. But yeah, we know Moon Bunny's good people. So smash that like button if you haven't already. And this was so much fun. I'm glad it was like a more chill, like we already did everything from quite frankly for the week. So it's just sort of a laid back kind of a stream. Got a little bit of spam to eat, so we're doing okay. And then it's just well, it's gonna feel like 3 days for me, but just one day, and then we'll be back at quite frankly, and we'll going by his pattern, it will be a full week. And if there's any time off, it's going to be the last week of the month. If just totally getting ahead of myself. It may happen, it may not. It could. With the sun still being in a water sign a little bit, anything could happen. Chat number 4. Oh, dandy. Oh, I don't want to have to go all the way up to 4. 4 is an unlucky number for me. 4 equals death. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. So this was fun, even if it was 3 separate chats. Even 2 of them got used. Like watch, I think I'll take part 2 down since I'll work it out. But it is just a 2-parter Saturday show. Oh man. So there was an intermission, technical difficulties, and it was so great to see everybody. I'm so glad that we don't have to like miss each other. As fun as it is to go live, one of the wildest things is showing up Monday and knowing like I've just seen you guys like just the other day. So like that feeling, that is it's almost like the live stream carries over into Monday, if that makes any sense. So yeah, you guys are wonderful for showing up and spending your Saturday with me yet again. I'm glad you're getting on board with the Saturday shows. It seems like a good time to go live. So thank you guys all for following me over to the second stream, and I'll come into the first stream too. And don't forget your pants. Actually, everybody, give your pants to Moon Bunny. So we just can't have somebody completely nude walking around. Winter is coming. Patrick, really sense of coziness here. Oh, good. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Nikki. Chat. Take care. Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks, John Rogers. Thanks to everybody and Kara and yeah, thank you for. I'm glad I'm doing this too. It's for you. Well, it's for me too. It's for the Franklies. It's I mean everybody from the show could come over here for an extra day to hang. That's not going to happen. But like they could. It's just something to I don't know hang out, have in the background. And maybe if I get like songs and background stuff and visuals, it will be different. But right now, it's good to have a small crew. It's kind of like how Zadalza started out for me. Yeah, Bunny is really pants off. They donated, they were probably dicks. They probably like left him with all the pants and then just gave away all the shirts. So now they've got to wear pants all the time. Like this is just not right. Opposite day. Can't show up to quite frankly with pants on. So yeah, you guys are fantastic and I love all you guys. So great to see everybody. And I'm glad I could share that story with you about learning the keyboard, why I wanted to learn keyboard in the first place. I'm glad I didn't keep that to myself. Yeah, you're welcome. So everybody, take care of yourselves. Have some, if it's nice out, have a like cookout tomorrow. I don't know, do something. It's a holiday. It's a day off. It's a Sunday. And yeah, just until next time.